In this lesson, we will walk through the process of starting an electrical route by dragging and dropping electrical routing components into an assembly, and then take advantage of the auto route functionality to connect the components. Routing components typically contain mate references, which make it easy to connect to other routing components. Components that are used to begin or end route also typically contain short sublines that represent a straight segment of wire, pipe, or tube that connect each component to the route. When dealing with electrical routes, the auto route functionality connects to the sublines using a spline which can be manipulated to control the route, or you can use other routing components such as clips for further control. Here in this assembly, I would like to start a new route to connect the fan with one of the connectors on the PC board. To do this, I will be using the start by drag and drop command. This can be found in the drop down menu, electrical, or alternatively, you can find it on the command manager on the electrical tab. When I select it, Solidworks prompts me to choose an electrical connector from the design library to start the route. I'll browse the connector that I would like to use, and to add it, I'll click to hold my mouse button down and drag into the assembly. Since this component has mate references, notice how it snaps directly onto the other connector. When I release the mouse button, Solidworks prompts me to confirm the route properties. I'll keep the default setting for now and click OK. At this point, our route has actually been created in the assembly and the auto route property manager appears. Also notice in the status bar SolidWorks indicating that I am editing a 3D sketch. Before I do this, let me expand the feature manager design tree. Notice that a route sub-assemblies has been added. If I expand it, you can see it contains a route, including the 3D sketch. I am working it now as well as the component included in the route so far. I'll go ahead and collapse the feature tree and continue adding the next component. I'll zoom into the other area where the connector will be added, and again drop routing component to add it to this route. Here you can see the subs length that was added as it was defined within the routing, the endpoint of these steps length, and what I can use to define the two auto route. There is a selection window where I can select the endpoint of the one of these step lengths. I'll go ahead and select the other endpoint. Right away, Solidus connects the 2 points using a spline. I'll click OK to complete the auto route. From here, I can manipulate the spline by clicking and dragging the endpoints. For further control, I can even use the split route command by the right click on the spline to add additional control points. Once an electrical route has been created, SolidWorks allows you to display its electrical attributes. I'll right click on the spline, select electrical attribute, and here you can see more information about the selected route segment. The wire list is empty, so I want to go through the process of assigning some wire data to this route. I'll click OK to dismiss the electrical attributes property manager. On the electrical tab of the command manager, I'll select edit wires. Edit wires assigns cable or wire data to route path. The route diameter updates to reflect the diameter of the cables or wires that you select for each path. I'll select the add wire icon. For this route, I will add the blue, red, and white wires. So I will shift select them and click add. I'll click OK. Next, I need to tell SolidWorks what these wires will be connected to. Since all three of these wires will be connected to the same components, I will go ahead and shift select them again. For the first component reference, I will select this connector here. And for the second component reference, I'll select the other connector. Alternatively, I could have used to select path option and choose the spline rather than selecting each component. At this point, I will click OK. To again display the electrical attributes of the route, I'll right click on the spline and select electrical attributes. Here in the wire list, you can see each of the wire I just added. And if I scroll down, you can see the properties associated with each wire.